library. Could this be the restricted section Lisa mentioned? Doesn't quite feel like it, though. You don't think this place is hiding some terrible secret, do you? Like those rooms you always hear about in scary stories? You know, the ones that are usually totally off limits? That's true. We just kind of waltzed in here. And it didn't seem like the lock had been broken or anything. Wait, hang on a minute. This isn't the door we came in through. Are we even in the library anymore? And what world would that be, huh? Too bad Lisa's not working today, otherwise we could ask her. Well, we're here anyhow, and this place doesn't look too dangerous. Why don't we just take a look around? New places are meant for exploring, after all. You gotta try all kinds of new things to become a good and experienced guide. Ooh, look, a stuffed wolf toy! So cute! It's so fluffy and soft. Wonder who left it here. Oh, foolish traveler, you dare enter this fortress of doom without invitation? Prepare to be eaten alive! We should probably just leave it here for now. This place is huge, so let's keep on exploring!
Is it time for a magic show?
Transfix! Fire it up! Here's backup!
Out of my way!
Dare to mess with me? Here's the pistol! We'll see about that.
Check this out! Laid bare.
Dare to mess with me? Truth repeats its course.
Supporting fire! Transfixed!
Lightning terrified! Our bond is...
Oh no! Sorry! Guests, hello! I've been waiting here for the longest time and nobody came. I was only planning to rest my eyes for a bit, but the sofa was so comfy, I guess I dozed off.
Let's take a talk!
Sure can! Talking is one of the things I can do. Alright, so... yes! Introductions are in order, aren't they? Greetings, my dear guests. My name is... Wait, what's my name?
Not sure we can help you with that one, buddy. Guess you were in a pretty deep sleep, huh? Seems like you're still waking up.
Huh? Really?
We're just messing with you. Anyway, Paimon's name is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Okay, great, that went well. At least this mysterious room doesn't rob everyone of their memories.
I must apologize. I must have slept for so long that I can't remember what's real and what's a dream anymore. I did have a lot of dreams while I was asleep. Okay, concentrate. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, the current me is a concierge in charge of attending to any guests that find themselves here. Yes, you may call me Wolfie.
Okay, but, if all you can remember are your dreams, what makes you think any of them are real experiences? They're just products of your imagination, right?
You mean, if it comes from my imagination, it can't be real life? Oh. Well, it sounds like you know more about that kind of thing than I do. I can't tell the difference at all. I remember a time when a horrid curse was put on me. My heart was cased in unmelting ice, and I had to spend my days in agonizing solitude, surrounded by nothing but boundless tundra. I also remember playing with Whitefang in the misty forest. We chased golden butterflies, waded through rushing streams, and shattered the very moon beneath our feet. And I'll never forget marching in that celebratory procession with the other troops, being showered in confetti as I excitedly waited for Her Majesty the Queen to bestow her honor upon me. It was glorious. To me, all these events are indistinguishable from real experiences. Take my latest dream, for instance. I remember being in a garden of forking paths, and Madame Mage said to me, "From now on, you are a concierge. Be sure to treat your guests well." And I found myself here. And like I said, I waited and waited and waited. And now, finally, 2 guests have arrived. At last, I can fulfill my duty. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, and who is this Madame Mage? Is she really just a figure from your dream? Seems like there could be more to it than just that.
Well, Madame Mage is Madame Mage. Just as you, dear guests, are guests. She and her friends, oh yes, and they're all mages too. Each one of them is a master of their own type of magic. Conjuring, illusions, and so on. One of them uses a quill pen to cast her spells. She has a very mysterious ink bottle that contains fantasy truth. I had a little taste when she wasn't looking, and oh my goodness was it bitter. Blech. But the other mages all love her magic. They use their powers of creation to transform her fantasy truth into true fantasy. How do they do that? I haven't the slightest idea. I'm just a toy with stuffing for brains. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, what is this place? We came in here through this one door in the library, but we were never able to open it before.
Ah, well, congratulations on your successful entry, dear guests. This is a special room, one that can only be accessed by those who are invited. Seeing as you two have this privilege, you can invite your friends to enter as well. On that note, I'd better tidy up this place as quickly as possible. Oh, and I should prepare some tea and snacks too. You don't mind if they're on the sweeter side, do you?
Of course not! Wait, before we get ahead of ourselves, mind telling us where we are exactly? Are we even still in Mondstadt?
That is a difficult question. Madame Mage created this room using magic, and I don't know magic. Still, you have my guarantee as concierge that this is a safe and comfortable place. I sincerely hope you enjoy your time here. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? Yes, I saw! You were magnificent! I was completely enraptured by your performance.
What do you mean, performance?
Well, Madame Mage says that every page of a storybook is a segment of the present. I'm sure only the most distinguished of guests are able to take the stage as the story's protagonist and put on a show as spectacular as yours. What a thrilling battle! Yes, that's what every story needs to spice things up. Naturally, those are the kinds of stories I love reading the most. I wonder what would make a good title for a book about your magnificent performance. Should we call it a saga? An epic? A tale of conquest? A chronicle of combat? Choices, choices. In any case, I do hope you will be so kind as to indulge us with more of your fine performances. In fact, scratch that. I'm afraid I shall have to insist. The story of the present is waiting to be written, and you, dear guests, are the ones to fill its pages. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
This place is getting more confusing by the second, but Wolfie seems alright, so we should be fine, right? Besides, our goal is to set foot in every corner of Teyvat, and the courage to boldly go where others dare not to tread is what will take us there.
Wow, what a wonderful line! Spoken like a true adventurer!
You bet! We're the real deal!
Is that so? Well then, I'd better make sure I do my duty as concierge of this place. I hope this can be somewhere for you to rest and recuperate when you're weary, so that you can embark on your next adventure refreshed and renewed. Come back here anytime if you get tired. I'll be sure to take good care of you.
The enemies we face are of a lowly breed. Deal with them however you see fit. But do not get complacent. You should expect to fend for yourself, as I am not in the habit of coming to other people's rescue. If you do encounter a foe for whom you are no match, simply make yourself scarce, and I shall deal with it in due course.
I know that many of the younger generation see me as a sort of legendary figure. Why, my stories and my accomplishments can even be found in Kosharawar textbooks. But it does seem that people aren't quite used to having a legend living among them. No one takes my courses or pays attention to my research. Even securing research funding can be a struggle. If I were lucky enough to have one of my predecessors here in the flesh, I'd be waiting on her hand and foot, serving her tea, massaging her shoulders, asking her all sorts of questions. What happened to this generation? Where is their inquisitiveness? Where is their respect?
Thanks for inviting me here. If there's nothing too urgent that needs your attention, why not take a seat and relax for a bit? I'll make you some tea. Oh, don't mention it. It's nothing, really. I'd hate to see anyone who needs my care tiring themselves out too much.
I do hope I'll get to read a story about a rebellious princess. You know, the type who sheds her long, cumbersome skirts and learns equestrianism, swordplay, perhaps even medicine. She'll live freely, take to the field to defeat evil personally, and defend the people and nation by her own hand. You know what? I might just write that story myself.
Let's finish this quickly.
Laid bare.
I got you covered! Check this out!
Ready. Hunt them down. Good.
Have fun with this gift. Too late. Dare to mess with me?
Don't get too close!
Into the shadows.
Supporting fire!
Time to test a bomb.
Too late for regret.
Laid bare. Ready. I think I'll read a little before the next battle begins. Please refrain from recommending something like a newspaper. I recognize that short-form articles may be a fitting choice, considering the limited amount of time at our disposal, but they're simply not to my taste.
This is a nice little challenge, isn't it? Getting out into the world with your friends, exploring all its nooks and crannies. It's exactly the sort of thing you should be doing while you're young. Back when I fell into those strange ruins, I didn't have a single other person to talk to. I only had myself to rely on. Now that was a true challenge, let me tell you. That said, I wouldn't recommend that experience to anyone.
When I was little, my mother often read me bedtime stories. Back then, I thought the world was just like in those stories, and everyone led peaceful, happy lives. It was only later that I realized the difficulties and struggles many people face in society. all I can do is try my best and stay loyal to the people I care about. Now that I think about it, even though the stories are fictional, they can still help children get a good night's sleep. To me, that's enough.
Before I go on a long journey, I tend to leave the children of the House of the Hearth with some homework to complete in my absence. Many of them, however, simply play to their heart's content for most of the time I am gone, then rush to get their homework done in the final few days before my return. They believe I am none the wiser, but I have simply elected not to expose their chicanery. After all, to complete one's work in a short time frame is a skill in its own right.
I can do it.
Squall Fury! Unsightly insects!
Out of my way!
You're toast!
Nowhere to hide.
Get them!
Our bond is strong.
The wind rises.
Speed of light. Hey!
Out of the frying pan!
Cut to the chase. Don't blink.
Squall and Fury!
Lightning! Arrow ball! Lola! Get them!
Hey!
Eat this!
Incoming. Nowhere to hide. Don't blink.
Cry louder!
I'll settle this. Our bond is strong. Incoming. Hey!
Bravo! Bravo! Another spellbinding performance! Are you interested in learning any new thespian tricks? By which I mean dashing and elegant poses. In fact, what would you say to a friendly exchange? I'll teach you some thespian tricks in return for toy medals from the treasure chests. Friendship is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Ah, just the word itself gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart and my stomach.
Yep, gotta love friendship. But, when you say a warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach, there is something slightly concerning about that. Anyway, are you sure you're okay with just toy medals? What can they be worth if they're just toys?
As long as you believe, even toy medals can be more valuable than gold. That is the magic of imagination. Madame Mage told me that. I can't say I entirely understand what she meant, but the thespian tricks, I actually got those from a wish I made to Madame Mage. So long as she thinks it's a fair trade, I think it should be fine.
Sounds kinda ominous. Don't a lot of scary stories start out that way. You make a reckless wish to a wicked witch, but you end up regretting it when she forces you to pay an impossible price in return?
I believe you're misunderstanding the situation, dear guest. There is absolutely nothing to fear. To start with, mages are quite different from wicked witches. And besides, I already told you what the price is. It's the toy medals. There's no catch.
And you're sure about that?
Yes, completely. In any case, I was the one who made the wish. So if someone has to end up paying an impossible price, just leave it to me. I enjoy watching your performances, so it's well worth it as far as I'm concerned. I wonder how many blank pages are left in this book. But not to worry. Even if we run out of space, new blank pages will be added very soon. I do look forward to the day when all empty pages are filled with stories.
Are you tired? I know a trick that works great. Imagine all the enemies you're facing as delicious ingredients. With all that tender, delicious smelling food nearby, doesn't it just give you a big burst of energy? Huh? Hard to imagine. Maybe it's just me then.
You call crushing ants a challenge? The novelty of these little scuffles quickly wore off for me. Now it's just tedious. It amazes me that some people enjoy it so much. Keep up if you want my help. I don't want to be stuck here all day.
Don't be too weirded out if you see me with my mask off while we rest. I'm just getting some fresh air. This place is way too idle. It gets to you after a while. Gotta take some deep breaths. Not that I'm rushing you, of course. I'll wait until you've made your preparations in full.
Our foes grow in strength, but that isn't entirely a bad thing. You need constant challenges to keep your skills strong and your judgment sharp. Otherwise, you lose your edge. There's no useful experience to be gleaned from plateauing. We've got each other's backs, so let's push ourselves today.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
emerge. Absorption test. Swirl. Mark 2.
Let's get this show on the road. And whoop!
Over here. Zip on up. Be amazed. Stand clear. Absorption test.
Come on out. Right now.
Enhanced animal module 75.
A round of applause. Now,
Surprise! Yeah! Let the magic begin!
Show them. Come on out. Right here. A sight to behold.
let's get this show on the road.
Swirl, Mark 2. Animal test 6308.
Show them. Emerge. Come on out.
Cue the spotlight! Over here!
A round of applause.
Enhanced animal module 7.
Show them. Come on out. Right here. Right now.
Animal test 6308. Let the magic begin!
Show them.
I wonder whether this potion I made has any potential combat applications. Oh, don't worry. I understand that this isn't an appropriate location to conduct those kinds of experiments. It's too risky, and might do more harm than good if something went wrong. It's just hard to switch off and rest when all these hypotheses are swirling around in my brain.
A short break with a cup of tea is the best way to wash away all your fatigue. My teacup is hidden just behind this card. You're staring. Are you trying to say you want some tea too?
I'm sure Fremine would love this book collection. He's someone who really sees the truth in fairy tales and believes in the world of childhood wonder they're set in. I do understand the way he thinks, but the fairy tale of childhood is nothing but a distant memory to me now.
Do you think we'd ever see A in the outside world again if there were this many stories to read in her plane of euthymia? I, for one, rather doubt it. I have an idea. Let's tell her that we know a wonderful little domain full of light novels and tricolor dango. It's high time she got out of Tenshukaku for a bit. Ah, yes, and dango milk, too. They don't have it here. Well, don't look at me, little one. That's your job. Sort it out. Where there's a will, there's a way.
All right, let's head off.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Step right up. Let's get this show on the road.
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
As one with wind and cloud!
And voila!
Over here! Surprise!
A round of applause.
Let the magic begin! Ship on up!
Clouds high, the birds call!
Shine down! Now you shall perish! Over here! Be amazed!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Wind strike!
Step right up. Let's get this show on the road.
Torn to oblivion!
Clouds high, the birds call!
Illusion shattered!
And voila!
Let the magic begin!
A round of applause.
Ship on up! Over here! Now you shall perish!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Be amazed! Ship on up! Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape! Down!
Swirl, Mark 2! Stand clear!
Clouds high, the birds call!
Here comes the finale.
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Now disappear.
As one with wind and cloud!
Absorption test! Stand clear!
Let's get this show on the road.
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
Step right up.
Animal hypostasis emulation! Absorption test!
There is no escape!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Here comes the finale. Now disappear.
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Wind strike!
Animal test 6308! Stand
Clouds high, the bird...
There is no escape!
And voila!
Enhanced animal module 75!
Let's get this show on the road.
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
As one with wind and cloud!
Shine down!
Animal test 6308! Absorption test!
Clouds high, the bird...
Animal hypostasis emulation!
Here comes the finale. Step.
Torn to oblivion!
Wind strike!
Enhanced animal module 75. Animal test 60.
Fallen leaves, adorn. Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion.
Let's get this show on the road. And voila!
Stand clear.
As one with wind and cloud. Torn to oblivion.
A round of applause!
Animal hypostasis emulation. Animal test 60.
There is no escape. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike. Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Animal test 6308. Absorb. Swirl. Mark 2.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Here comes the finale. Step right up.
Clouds high. The birds call. Shine down.
Stand clear. Absorption test.
Now disappear!
As one with wind and cloud.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Animal test.
Torn to oblivion.
Let's get this show on the road!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. There is no escape.
Come on out.
Here comes the finale!
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds.
Enhanced animal module 75.
Show them. Emerge.
And voila!
Come on out. Right here.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Step right up!
Show them. Emerge. Right now.
Let's get this show on the road!
Swirl. Mark 2. Absorption test.
Clouds high. The birds.
Right here. Right now.
Stand clear.
Now disappear!
Come on out. Emerge.
As one with wind and cloud.
A round of applause! Step...
Show them.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Animal test 6308.
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds call.
Come on out. Right now.
Let's get this show on the road! And what?
Animal test 6308.
As one with wind and cloud.
Swirl. Mark 2. My research has failed.
Oh, what a dreadful ending.
Here comes the finale!
During my days as a wanderer, if I came upon a beautiful view and was feeling in a poetic mood, I'd stop to compose a few lines. I once thought about writing an anthology of my poems and leaving it on a shelf, so I could share with others the way I felt when my eyes first met those wonderful sights. But when I looked back at the drivel I'd written, I gave up on the idea. I'm sure other travelers will get that same sense of peace from the natural world as I did, if it's meant to be.
I wonder whether this potion I made has any potential combat applications. Oh, don't worry. I understand that this isn't an appropriate location to conduct those kinds of experiments. It's too risky, and might do more harm than good if something went wrong. It's just hard to switch off and rest when all these hypotheses are swirling around in my brain.
Two questions. Have you got a moment? And if so, would you like to see a magic trick? Consider it a rehearsal, or simply a little light entertainment to lift the mood. Which deck of cards shall I go with? Ah, yes, this one suits the occasion.
Dear me, is it time to go off and fight again already? All this running around is getting quite exasperating. I have half a mind to transform into a kitsune and hitch a ride on your shoulder. You'd like that, wouldn't you? In your dreams. Oh, little one, you've still got a long way before Yae Miko the Wise and Beautiful permits you to see her true form.
I won't hold you back. Much. Down! Teamwork is dreamwork! Chip on us! Let the magic begin!
Eat this! Boba, get them!
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape! I'm going in! Off we go!
Nice and spiky!
Over here! Illusion shattered! Let's light it up!
Everybody stand back! Chip on us! See me! I'm the front hip!
Torn to oblivion!
Eat this! Boba, get them!
Surprise! Over here! Teamwork is dreamwork! There is no escape!
I've always wanted to go off on a big, long adventure and grow old along the way, just like my dad's. I know there's a lot of bad luck waiting for me out there, and if I'm not careful, I might not have the chance to grow old at all. But my mind's made up. I have to do it. Because adventuring is my favorite thing!
Will you join me in a game of Karuta? It is a fine way to spend leisure time. It will help us both relax, while keeping me sharp and focused. The only thing is, it is customary for the winner to be awarded with confectionery, but I do not know whether it can be brought in here. In that case, we can celebrate the victor at the Sacred Sakura some other time. Now, are you ready to be humbled?
Looks like delving into this domain is gonna be challenging. As a magician's assistant, what I'm good at is executing a specific plan. And trying not to make any mistakes in the process. So, do you have a plan in place for showtime?
I imagine you'll want to keep fighting soon. Do you want a bite to eat first? You know you love my cooking. You should never work on an empty stomach. More importantly, a proper meal will put you in a good mood, and you'll handle yourself better in a crisis. Here, some chopsticks for ya. Don't be shy now. Dig in.
Wretched vermin! Squall fury!
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! Time for your arraignment! Motion to compel! Chia! Da! Chia! Da! Ha! Chia! Da! Ha! Illusion shattered! Ha! Time for a light show! Ha! Ha! Incinerate! Now you shall perish!
Cry louder! Behold!
Do you think that the way fairy tales end is just whimsical? Or do you think the writers put a lot of thought into it? Because if you read them from the point of view of trying to identify what each character symbolically represents, you find a lot of very deep metaphors. Still,
In order to verify my hypothesis and see if it stands up to scrutiny, I need to do some historical and cultural research. Maybe I could borrow some of these materials here so I can do a deep dive later.
There are so many enemies here. If all of them were written into a yokai story, it'd be dark long before you finish just reading the names out. But fear not, the invincible Yoimi is here to save you from the clutches of the evil yokai! Okay, that was a little embarrassing, but I sounded pretty cool, right?
No, I don't want to chat. What are you making that face for? I thought you knew my deal by now. Fine, you can talk, and I'll sit over there and listen. Happy now?
Will you join me in a game of Karuta? It is a fine way to spend leisure time. It will help us both relax, while keeping me sharp and focused. The only thing is, it is customary for the winner to be awarded with confectionery, but I do not know whether it can be brought in here. In that case, we can celebrate the victor at the Sacred Sakura some other time. Now, are you ready to be humbled?
Everybody stand!
Fallen leaves. Adorn!
Breath of the flame! Boom boom! Chia! Ha! Ha! Let's light it up! Go in it!
Time to testify. Move it.
As one with wind and cloud.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Wind strike.
Go in! Inadmissible evidence! Incinerate!
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight into the shadow.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Boom!
Hello, dear guests. Please, come here. I have some good news to share with you. This took much longer than it should have. But in any case, at long last, the new stage is ready for action. Put on a spectacular show for your audience, and you will receive a key that opens the door to the world within the painting.
Whoa, hold up! First storybook, now a world inside a painting? This place is making less and less sense all the time.
I know what you mean, but as I read in a storybook once, if a magician reveals all their tricks to the audience, it robs them of the surprise. So, it's quite right that things don't make sense. Madame Mage's magic is just like love. Not something to try and make sense of, but something you just feel.
Fair enough, that explanation sorta works. But anyway, about this new world within the painting stage. Is it any different from the other stage?
The world within the painting is a world of many rules. This new stage will put friendship and trust to the test. A classic tale. And all those who pass the test will receive a small blessing from Madame Mage.
Ooh, is it a good luck spell or something? Yep, good point. We should be careful what we wish for.
I assure you, there's nothing to be nervous about. The paint is already on the canvas, and Madame Mage's blessing is no longer a secret. If you're ready, you can step onto the world within the painting stage and see for yourself. As you embark on your new adventure, do as they do in the stories. Whistle your favorite tune, cast your worries aside, and keep courage in your heart.
This place is so quiet. It's the perfect place to brush up on my legal research and organize my notes. Hey, do you still remember those clauses I discussed with you once before? You've already forgotten? Well, you'll just have to recite them over and over until you know them by heart.
I've always wanted to go off on a big, long adventure and grow old along the way, just like my dad's. I know there's a lot of bad luck waiting for me out there, and if I'm not careful, I might not have the chance to grow old at all. But my mind's made up. I have to do it, because adventuring is my favorite thing!
I don't believe anyone enjoys taking up arms and going to war unless they're seeking to fulfill some other desire. Whenever the sound of clashing blades fades into the distance, I appreciate the silence that follows all the more. Too quiet for you? Then I'll play a tune on the leaf, so you can be surrounded with the sound of nature.
People often believe me to be highly focused on securing victories. I am a champion duelist, after all. The truth, however, is just the opposite. It is the spirit of the challenger that I value above all else. If someone is willing to face me head-on, they have my respect, no matter who secures the title of victor in the end. Strength is something that can be gained through experience. Courage, however, comes from within.